the Holland America Nieuwstatendam, a Pinnacle class ship, and a beautiful ship it is. I'm looking forward to showing you all around this lovely ship, and I will give you a few hints about this ship along the way. Let's begin right here on deck 2. This is likely where you will embark the ship on your first day of the sailing, and you will probably not be able to go to your cabin just yet because the cabin stewards are getting your cabin ready from the last group that was just here. So while we are here on deck 2, I recommend that you go this direction down toward the elevators and head up to the Lido buffet for some lunch. Let's look around deck 2 though while we're here. Starting at the midship elevators and working our way toward the back or aft of the ship, we immediately see down into the atrium on deck 1. To the right is the Pinnacle Grill, the specialty steakhouse restaurant. There is a kiosk convenient for making specialty restaurant reservations at all of the specialty restaurants. Rudy's Sal de Mar is a specialty seafood restaurant. And to the left is the Ocean Bar, which is a great location with comfy seating to gather with friends. Taste is an area where they held wine tasting events throughout the week, and Club Orange is a dining room reserved for people who have booked a Neptune suite or who have paid a fee to book the Club Orange experience. I will have a separate video about that Club Orange experience on this ship coming a little later. Near the aft elevators is the entrance to the dining room. It is an expansive dining room, and I love the chandelier. There is seating for 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 guests, and in the very aft, there are floor-to-ceiling windows for gorgeous wake views. The dining room is 2 stories tall, so there is an entrance here on deck 2 and another one on deck 3. Still on deck 2, but starting back again at the midship elevators, this time we will go forward. One hint to remember is that all of the dining is usually aft while all of the entertainment and shopping is primarily forward. The B.B. King's Lounge is where the Jazz and Blues Band typically performs 3 sets every night, but this venue is used for many other activities. Here you can find some of the trivia, line dance classes, bingo, family game nights, mass. I didn't film mass, but this is the setup getting ready for it. Lectures, the Orange Night Party, and more. They also used this location for distributing tender tickets when we had tender ports on our itinerary. Leaving B.B. King's, there's more shopping, and through the double doors there are public restrooms before getting to the rest of the music walk. Over to the right is the Rolling Stone Lounge, which houses a rock band. I noticed people gathering here throughout the day, and I even attended a flower arranging demonstration in this location. To the left is Billboard On Board, probably my favorite music venue. 2 highly talented pianists played 3 sets every night, and the 3rd set was usually an all requests set. During the day, I noticed people enjoying the seats at the windows. Afternoon trivia was popular here every day, and on sea days, they used this venue for art auctions. You can see all the easels ready for the art. Far forward is the forward elevator bank and stairwell. To the left and right are entrances to the theater. Oops, I almost forgot the library. The Nieuwstatendam has an extensive lending library. 1 set of shelves is dedicated to a book exchange, and there are 3 very comfortable chairs for quiet reading time with a view. The theater is called the World Stage, and entering from deck 2 will put you on the main floor. If you enter from deck 3 above, you can come down the stairs to get to this main floor. Moving on up to deck 3 now. From the midship elevator going aft, once again you see the atrium opening. Across the way is guest services and the future crew's desk. Here's the Dutch Cafe, my favorite spot for specialty coffees and a pastry in the morning. The goodies in the display case are complimentary, and the offerings there change throughout the day. There is a cost for the coffee and other drinks, but the food here is complimentary. Starting at 11:30, there are several Dutch items available. I highly recommend the decadent Boschi ball. It's as big as a softball. From here, you can wander through the photo gallery where you can view and purchase photos that the ship photographers took of you, and there's a kiosk with a few items for sale, like memory cards and binoculars. Then you reach the upper floor of the dining room. If you went forward from those midship elevators, there are more shops, the upper level for a bird's eye view of B.B. King's and the casino. Go through the casino and beyond the forward elevator banks to the upper level of the world stage. Deck 3 is also where you access the outdoor promenade deck. Another favorite thing about this ship is that the deck completely surrounds the ship. It is a great place to walk outside in the fresh air, but under cover from the elements. There are no lounge chairs here, but there are a few benches along the way and some lovely aft views. No jogging allowed here. 3 laps is 1 mile. Decks 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all passenger cabins. The lowest price veranda cabins are located here on Deck 4. You will save money booking one of these cabins, but keep in mind that you will have the top of a lifeboat even with the top of your balcony railing. So no view of the water while sitting on your balcony. On Deck 8, if you book a cabin there, you will likely hear noise above you from chairs moving around on Deck 9. Also, the smoking area is here. However, if you are a smoker, these would be convenient cabins to just go up 1 floor for a smoke break. These cabins below the Lido Market will likely hear carts rolling around and people walking and moving chairs around. This area is also below a pool deck, so once again you may hear deck chairs scooting around. Here in the front, these cabins are below the spa area. These cabins should be fairly quiet since the spa does not operate late at night. But if you book far forward, you may hear people using the fitness equipment above you. So let's look at Deck 9. From the mid-elevators, there are some hand-washing stations before entering the food area. There is seating to the right and multiple food stations to the left. They keep the blinds closed as they set up the buffets before it's time to serve. Self-serve and full-serve beverage stations. Additional hand-washing stations if you happen to come to the Lido from the aft elevators. In the far aft is access to the sea view pool and outdoor seating. On the starboard side is the smoking section I mentioned earlier. Coming back through the Lido Market on the starboard side, it is almost a mirror image of the port side, but be sure to check out both sides during meal times as some of the stations will differ. I will whet your appetite a little bit, but watch for more video coming soon about all the complimentary food venues, including this Lido buffet. Here are the Lido pool and jacuzzis on Deck 9, the Deck 10 seating area, and the Deck 11 jogging track. In the mornings, there was a Tai Chi class here. There is a gelato and a juice bar here for a small fee. But remember, there's complimentary ice cream in the buffet. Forward on Deck 9 takes us to the spa area where you can book a thermal spa pass for the day or for the whole cruise. It includes access to the hydrotherapy pool, sauna, heated loungers, rain shower area, and steam room. I hate to tell you, but I neglected to take a video of the fitness area. But let me assure you, they have plenty of treadmills and stationary bicycles, free weights, and other exercise equipment to use. This would also probably be a great time to give you some elevator advice. Every elevator bank has a diagram of the ship that tells you where you are. Notice the midship elevators only go up to Deck 10. You can go outside and access higher decks from the stairs, but if you want to go to decks 11, 12, or 14 forward, be sure to use the forward elevators. If you want an elevator to things on Deck 11 aft, use the aft elevator. And they do not have a Deck 13. There is so much more to see, but let me take just a minute to ask you to like my video and subscribe. I spend a lot of time researching when I go on my own personal trips, and sometimes I've had a hard time finding out all the little details that I really want to know about my trip. So I decided to start making some YouTube videos on my own to include helpful information that I find helpful. And if you find it helpful too, please subscribe. That really encourages me to keep on making these videos. Back to the tour. Midship on Deck 10 takes us to the Kids Club. This particular section is for ages 3 through 6. The Hang 10 area is for ages 7 through 11. It is a little sparse looking, but I understand that these kids do get to use the teen room some too. The teen room is called High Score, and it is for ages 12 to 17. Sorry, 18-year-olds, even if you're still in high school, you are considered an adult and are not eligible for the teen club. There are several complimentary arcade games, video games, and a nice selection of books. I'm showing you this pool overlook again down to Deck 9, but if I zoom in here on Deck 10, you can see ping pong, and there are ping pong tables on both sides on this deck. Behind me is the Panorama Bar and New York Deli and Pizza, and a helpful hint, they serve breakfast up here too. Still on deck 10, if I go back to those midship elevators and come outside and head toward aft, meander around a bit, you will find some deck chairs, shuffleboard, and this nice comfy seating area and more deck chairs. This area gets full sun. If you came up the aft elevators, you'll find the entrance to Tamarind and Nami Sushi, or Nami Sushi, Yummy Sushi, whatever it is. I'm bringing you up the aft elevators to deck 11 now, and we will take a quick look around. Lots more deck chairs. The sports court, another shuffleboard, some outdoor exercise equipment, and the jogging track. 12 laps equal 1 mile. I'll slow down a bit to give you a closer look in the sports court. Reach through the mesh to open the gate. This is where to find the shuffleboard equipment. The court is lined off for basketball, soccer, and pickleball. The recreation director will set up the courts for different sports at specified times, and at other times it's open play. On deck 12, use those forward elevators, and here's the entrance to the retreat and stairs to deck 14. The retreat is a private area that costs extra to book. They have their own drinks station, private shaded cabanas, a jacuzzi, and sun loungers. And we enter another favorite area of mine, the crow's nest. There is an extensive collection of board games and jigsaw puzzles. The shore excursions desk is located up here as well. A wide open area with floor-to-ceiling windows and lovely views and lots of tables for gameplay. There's a bar here and the price list for specialty coffees. Here is an art room where classes were held. On my cruise, we made watercolor jellyfish. Public restrooms are across the hall, and we go back toward the elevator. Deck 14 forward gives you a bird's eye view of the retreat area below and more opportunity for out-of-the-way sun loungers available for everyone. We have seen most of the ship now, but let's go back down to deck 1 as there's something I really want to show you there. This is the Atrium Art Gallery. Conference rooms are located to the right and to the left, and it is mostly staterooms on this deck. But I was curious. I know that several of these rooms on deck 1 are right below the music walk, and I wondered just how noisy it might be from the music coming from above. So I'm going to walk down the hall. I'll quit talking and you listen with me and see if you can hear things. I know you could probably hear it some, but I assure you I heard it enough that if I were a light sleeper and early to bed, this would really annoy me. So keep that in mind if you want to book an interior cabin or an ocean view cabin on deck 1, just where it's located. If it's under the music walk or under the theater, you may be hearing some late night noises from those venues. I don't want to end on a sour note, pun intended, because I really enjoyed my cruise on the New Staten Dam, and I really hope you get to sail on her one day too. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.